Okay. We just got the new studio.
It's not
Partially set up.
partially set up. Our backdrop is not. This is
Yeah, this is like temporary. So
this
anybody
is just
that
what we threw up really quick because we had nothing in our shelves.
sent us like license plates and
That's
stuff.
crooked. It's so crooked.
Let's see how it looks on the screen in a second. Anybody that sent us other license plates and things like that, we're gonna get them up. Frank,
Yes.
I know you're in here. You made us the banner. We got to find a way to incorporate it in this.
Mm-hmm.
So we will be doing that. It's just a matter of time that we don't have a lot of, really.
Yes.
And
I got to get my fall decorations up. We just have so much to do.
yeah, and hopefully there's no unarmed burglary, you know?
Oh my gosh.
First
You
try.
got to fix it
First try.
on this side.
Yeah, look at
That's going to bug me.
Look at. I did fix it.
No, look.
Yeah, wait. That's so delayed. Chill.
Hmm?
We're going to be good. What's up, everybody?
What is going on?
I
Are
think
we plugged in?
Yeah, we're plugged in.
Okay.
We're good. Hopefully everybody can hear us. I don't know why everyone's asking me to say burglary. Like it's a hard word to say.
I can't even say it, so.
Burglary, burglary, burglary.
Burglary. Burglary.
It's so weird. I'm just kidding. I had to practice that like all week.
Mm-hmm.
Burglary.
Burglary.
I may have been up for a long time when I did that as well. Probably should have been in bed when I'm making TikToks. So, sometimes you just can't pronounce a word, you know, and you struggle. And that day it was burglary. Today I can pronounce burglary just fine.
I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but
What? What?
this is the backdrop.
What?
You decorated. It's
Yeah,
not
I
necessarily
didn't
the way I would have decorated
I just
it.
put stuff up there just to have the things up.
I was literally thrown. That's fantasy football.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm checking it up.
I
Marty, thanks for accepting the trade, dude.
I was putting my hair up in a ponytail, and Eric's like, "I'm gonna put some stuff on the backdrop." I'm like, "No." But,
Well, I just put up the license plates that people had sent us.
yeah. Okay.
So if
just
you're
void this out because it's not gonna look.
Yeah,
like
it's
this.
not going to look like this next week. If you guys sent us a license plate and you see it behind us, say hi. Let us know that it was you that sent it.
I'm trying to see if you can even see it. You can see Wisconsin, Texas.
Lindsay, look on your screen.
Oh yeah. I like looking up there better.
Yeah, I know. Your head is kind of blocking the Missouri one.
Missouri.
Is it Missouri? Yeah, Missouri. And my head's blocking the Wisconsin one. We have California and Texas right in the middle. We got Florida up top, and we got Nevada in the middle there too. What's up, James? What's up, Jesse? Michael says our house won't be done till June next year. That means one more winter. Oh no!
Oh, no.
Hey, Pamela's in here. We owe Pamela a kazoo, I think.
do.
Pamela, comment please. Do we owe you a kazoo? I know that you bought a house, but it was like a month ago, I think, and I'm pretty sure you moved into it. And we had like a really inconsistent schedule because of football and because of our studio being outside, but now we're inside.
Yes.
It's very comfortable. It feels a little warm in here though.
Yeah, we have a really nice bug guy, and he actually was here. He made a little stop, making sure everything's good. But he knows I told him tonight, I'm like, we actually brought our studio inside because we just don't want to be outside anymore. But
Penzi says, hello, how have things been since the storm? Did you get any damage? Did your insurance costs go way up? We're actually renting this house, so we don't incur any insurance costs. Renter's insurance isn't going to go up because of natural disaster like that, at least not here in Central Florida.
Yeah. It probably does, probably by the coast, I would
How
imagine.
have things been since the storm? Things have been pretty normal here.
I mean, just gators in our backyard.
Yeah, we did. We haven't. We didn't even post that on our Florida 5 stuff.
No, I forgot because our week was just.
We did have a gator in our backyard. Nothing to do with the storm.
I can bring it up.
We did not get any damage here. We had a little bit of water come in through our front door, but I think it was from the driving rain. We were not here for the storm. We stayed with friends that night, but the day we came back, we had water through our front door. It kind of saturated our entry rug, went into our coat closet, I guess you'd call it. Did a little bit of damage in there to our shoes and stuff, but nothing major. There's a little gator in our backyard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's just chilling.
Just chilling. You know, not what you'd expect to see in our backyard here, because we are a good probably 500 yards from the lake, and it's down a hill, like a steep hill too.
That little dude had to come like up a big hill. It was just crazy.
I saw something else.
I need to know if she might not be in here tonight because she's probably really busy setting up. But I have to ask Claire a question about the party.
Oh, she might stop by, you know? Andrew says Florida versus Georgia football game this weekend. Go Gators. Yeah, go Gators. I'm not a big college football fan, I guess. I used to be, but not as much anymore. Just don't have the time for it. I can only devote one day to football, right?
Okay.
Edna says, I sent my New Jersey plates back to Jersey. They can keep it. Now, some places, I believe you get like a rebate if you return your plates, right? Is New Jersey one of them? I bet you it is. New Jersey sounds like a place that would like charge you a whole bunch of money for plates and then you don't get it back unless you return the plates. That sounds like something New Jersey would do. New Jersey. Miss Mika, what's up?
Hey, Miss Mika.
Penzi says, I'm glad you're okay. What part of Central Florida are you in? We are in Clermont. Wendy Bird, the house next to mine is for sale if you guys are still looking. Wendy, we need the interest rates to come down a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that right now.
Yeah. We are keeping our eye out. We're definitely, but we're just patiently waiting for hopefully.
Unfortunately, we can't just buy the house in cash. That'd be nice. Be super nice. Gilby's, what's up? Enjoying our new little granddaughter, Millie May. I like that.
I love that name.
That is so cute.
Millie May. Oh, that's adorable.
Pamela says, I have to ask if I can send you mine because it's disabled tag from Georgia. Yes, I moved into my house in Cocoa September 1st. Just put over $2,200 for my anaerobic septic system.
Wow. That's crazy.
Pamela, this is like long overdue, isn't
Kazoo,
it?
Pamela.
We should do like a double. Do.
Yeah, let's not
Think
scare
so?
Bo though. Ready?
Let's do double. You ready?
Yep.
We've never practiced this, just so you guys know. Ready?
This is like,
Go.
yeah.
That sounds like the Vikings when they score a touchdown.
Is it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I don't.
You don't hear it very often,
Yeah.
right? Get it? Because the Vikings don't score
Oh,
a
yeah,
touchdown.
yeah.
I get it.
I get it. Oh, thank you, Miss Mika. She's so glowing.
She's always glowing, isn't she?
I give credit to the lights.
It's because I make you so happy.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
James, what's up? James says, I'm just the opposite. I no longer follow the NFL and barely college football. Oh, man, I don't know what I do without my football. It literally, like, during football season, it's Monday through Sunday.
Well, right? Yeah, and then the Packers are sucking, so it's been really fun here on Sundays because not only do I have to deal with his attitude, but I also have to deal with Brody's. Oh. So wish me luck.
Speaking of Brody, this show is probably going to only be right at that hour tonight. They have the final varsity home game of the night tonight, so Brody is currently there.
Yep.
What I'm having, I guess it doesn't look the same in here. When you look at the camera, doesn't it look like that little house with the pumpkins in it is like really blurry? Mm-hmm. Then you look on here and it's not. So it's just bugging me.
Everything just like this whole setup is driving me absolutely bonkers right now.
We got a small crowd tonight. I think that's because we're on a different night. That's okay. More intimate. It's
more intimate. Homecoming, somebody asked how homecoming was. It was so much fun. He had a fantastic night. It was like an emotional roller coaster for me though, because it's just like, oh my gosh, like what? Like how did we get here where we are literally taking pictures of our firstborn for freshman homecoming?
Oh my gosh.
Insane. So it was just like, seriously, I know it's so cliche, but you moms and dads out there, you'll know that I literally feel like Brody was like turning one just like Bo did. Like that. Like yesterday. Like it's just insane how fast it goes.
Chubby little face.
Oh my gosh, Brody had a perfectly circular face. And now he is doing his thing. He's doing amazing. He's just doing awesome things in high school here. He really always has with his school. But now, I mean, he's doing his clinicals just started he's up at the hospital already. For his AP classes, and he's just doing awesome, and it was really cool to get to see all of his buddies. I mean, we were missing quite a few. Some of them didn't want to go because they didn't have dates, so that was kind of a bummer. Yeah. But it was cool. He said he had a really, really, really good time. He was actually surprised because he kind of figured it would just be like nobody dancing. Like, he's like, I don't know, but he told me that he whipped out his dance moves. So, and then he showed me them. So I was like, wow, yeah.
I didn't see his dance moves.
He's like, Mom, I whipped out. I'm like, show me them. And he's like, are you ready for this though?
And he's got some moves. I've seen him do some moves.
He's got some moves, and he was also. I see some people that saw the blue suit. He was actually, if they would have had a little vote in, he was like best dressed. Yeah. Apparently, all the people were giving him best dressed there. So
what was really surprising to me is we went to look at renting him a tux or a suit, because that's what I did when I used to go to homecoming and prom and things like that. You rented a suit, and back then, that was 20 something years ago. That was, it would cost like $80-$90 to rent a suit. Mm-hmm. The cheapest I found right now is like $225 to rent a suit. So I'm like, screw that. Mm-hmm. We're buying one,
Yeah. Well, it was hilarious because Brody has such a funny sense of humor, and he's like the loud kid. Like, not the loud. He's like shy, but yet he likes to stand out. And I didn't get the memo because he picked this suit and it was all blue, and I'm like, Brody, I think we should sleep on this. I think put a pin in it. Let's redirect.
He slept on it for like a month.
But we get there. I'm thinking, okay, Brody would do obviously maybe it's just like a color theme. Maybe it's like color pop, and maybe we're gonna get there and everyone's gonna be in these bright colors. No.
Everyone's in black.
All black. I'm talking his buddies are in, and nowadays people get their suits tailored here. These kids had suits that fit their body. I'm talking these tight pants that these boys wear now. I mean, and floods.
Well, that and the shorts are super short nowadays.
Super short. But anyways.
And the girls only have half a shirt.
Yeah, I know. But anyways, so we walk in there and they're all black on black. And then here comes Brody in this powder blue. Oh, and he owned it. I mean, he walked up in there and I'm just
He had powder blue pit vipers. He had his powder blue Jordan 4 shoes on, and he was decked out.
Yeah, and he was loving it. He owned it.
Raymond said, I'm moving to Florida from Connecticut in June. How much can I find a 3-bedroom apartment for? And he said Orlando area. Central Florida, you're going to be looking at around $2,000 a month for a 3-bedroom apartment. Mm-hmm. You can go upwards from there, too, for a luxury apartment. So just keep that in mind. You're very welcome, Pamela. Miss Mika says, any plans for the weekend?
Oh, gosh. Yes. That's why I need... to see if she's in here. Is she in here yet?
No, I didn't see her.
Okay. Yes, we have a Halloween costume party.
We do?
To go tomorrow. And, oh, guys, I cannot wait for you guys to see the pictures. I'll post them on Florida 5.
Don't even give a hint. Don't.
What? Well, some people know what Bo is.
Do they?
Yeah, I
posted it. Hold on. Comment in the chat if you already know what Bo's costume is. Because if you do, we'll reveal it.
Yes.
If there's nobody in here that knows, it's going to stay a secret, guys.
Until tomorrow. I'm so excited. We do themes. That's just what we do. We are a themed Halloween family.
A couple years ago, we were the Power Rangers.
And then we were Moana. We were all the cast from Moana. We like a good theme. So I'm so excited for tomorrow's pictures and for the party. So, Boss Baby, somebody said it. Lindsay Miller.
Baby boss.
We are doing not the entire, obviously, but pretty stinking close to the Boss Baby, all of them. So Sully's Bootsy Calico. I don't know if you guys know all that, but yeah. So Bo's Boss Baby.
Lucy is Stacy.
Lucy's Stacy. Maverick's Jimbo. Miles is the older brother. I'm Mrs. Templeton. He's Mr. Templeton. And I've got to get some money on the table for Brody. I want him to be just for the party, not he's going to hand out trick or treat candy at the house because we've never done that yet because we always go out as a family. But I want him to be mega fat. CEO baby. But I think your pocket is going to have to open up for that. I promised him. I'm like, $10.
He can just wear he can be a guy in a blue suit.
Yeah, but then it doesn't. He's just the random guy.
What are you for on your homecoming date?
Yeah.
Margot says, will lunch with Lindsay be in the future?
Yes.
We will be happy to see you.
Absolutely. Guys,
we've been saying that for a long time.
I know, and I feel absolutely awful. Yes, this weekend, Sunday, is our day. Church, and then back home to make some soup, and we are going to get this room completed, and I will put a schedule out there. I don't know if people really want me to go every Friday.
And you say we're gonna get this room completed. I mean, I'm building a desk for in here.
Well,
like
yeah,
a studio desk. I mean, that we can just use this table until I get that, but I definitely want to get it done sooner than later.
Yeah, but like our backdrop, all of our office stuff, I'm gonna have to go check.
Yeah, go check on both.
Okay.
Stuff. Yeah, careful going back.
Yeah, I know. I was nervous about that. I'm like, oh.
Hit the like button, says Pamela. Thank you, Pamela. Frank, I'm not sure what you mean. Mommy and Daddy are showing. Mario is officially returning to Florida November 28th. Mario, I read ahead and saw that. I'm so excited for you, man. I know you've been trying to get back here for a really long time. And we're super excited. We can't wait to blow the kazoos for you on our next show after that. So we're excited for that. I think it's going to be the 30th we'll have a show, I believe. What's up, Peaches? Frank says him and Kim are going to 10,000 Islands for a shelling excursion. Awesome. When are you going there? Is that this weekend? Jesus says, my daughter is so excited for Halloween. Hoping our new neighborhood is a good spot for it. Yeah, I hope so too. It's kind of hit or miss. I mean, Florida really, what we noticed, like Halloween was huge up north, but we really expected it to not be as big here in Florida because of the heat and the temperature and everything and people's costumes and how hot it can be that time of year. But all the trick-or-treating we've done in Florida has been absolutely outstanding. The kids had a great time, and it seems like more people decorate for Halloween here than they do up north. I mean, everybody up north decorates for Christmas, right? But it seems like tons of people down here in Florida also decorate for Halloween. Mario says, after being gone for almost 17 months, I'm so happy to return. Yeah, man. And that, we can definitely relate to that. Frank says, meaning about Carnival, the tight pants on the boys and the half shirts on the girls. Oh, okay, Mommy. And I gotcha. Pamela's talking to Frank.
We should probably do another, either on lunchtime with Lindsay or a video just about some experience with doctors and
oh yeah,
Clermont.
That's what I think Lindsay's gonna do a lot on the lunchtime with Lindsay is kind of focus on a topic and kind of just talk from the heart. I think because you're really good at that.
Well, yeah, and like getting more settled in here, I'm having more experiences here in Clermont. Good,
yeah.
And then we didn't have the greatest at can talk about peds in the area and things like that.
And I want to say something, guys. Guess who's in here? Claire is in here.
Good, I need to talk to her.
Behind the scenes, or I guess in front of the scenes, you guys as the viewers, it may look like that we're like not putting any videos out. Yeah. We don't want to. Well, we aren't putting any videos out. That we're not really active on social media as much as we used to be, but. Trust us, guys. There's a lot going on.
Always on our minds.
There's a lot going on behind the scenes here. Like we totally just moved the studio up here, bought stuff for the studio, which
we got to get everything.
Still some stuff. I think this is the carpet, actually, a piece of the carpet.
We have to get things unpacked.
Yeah, we got stuff that we got to do up here. I got stuff I got to build. We got video ideas.
We have a whole content calendar that I have to get situated, put down. There's a lot of really awesome things actually coming up. There's some new adventures that we're getting into. It's going to be good. We're going to be organized now. We're going to be together, but it's been pretty crazy. Eric's been working from 5:00 in the morning until you literally just got home at 7:30. So it has been.
I've been working crazy hours.
And we're just trying to adjust to all of it because obviously that's his. That's the bread and butter, is the day job. So, but we love making videos. We love talking to you guys. We have so many awesome ideas. And we appreciate all of you guys for hanging in there. and just always understanding. We're doing the best, that we can. We, obviously have all the kiddos that we have to, like, they're our kids, they're our family. We got to put that first. So we just appreciate you guys, like, hanging tight and always just, like, giving us grace with things. But know that, like, we're always thinking about you guys. We always have, like, okay, we got to do this, we got to do that. So now that we're back in here, we're going to be more consistent. But lunchtime with Lindsay, for the ones that are interested, I have actually been taking notes and doing lots of stuff. Like, probably the first couple of shows, I have so much stuff to talk about for local stuff, because I have a lot of really awesome things. Y'all know I love Clermont. I absolutely love it here, but I've actually had some experiences actually now here with doctors in the local area, just different places, and I just have a lot of info to get out there. So I'm excited about that.
She's not trying to keep it to herself.
No, I'm not.
Clara says TGIF. Everyone's so excited for Halloween. Clara, we'll get there in a second. Let me catch up.
No, I
here
have to
quick.
talk.
I know.
Okay.
I want to get to a couple other people. Sean said, hey, Wisco here. How we doing tonight? What's the beverage? I am not drinking tonight, so I'm actually just having sparkling water. Mario says, I need to visit you guys in Clermont when we return to Florida. Definitely need to do that, Mario. Frank's going with Treasure Seekers for the tour for Shelling. Awesome.
Ooh.
We're going Sunday. Super excited, and Kimberly loves Shelling. Let us know how that goes, Frank.
Yes.
Let us know, because that's something we'd like to check out, too.
The trucking, GNS trucking, yes. That is on my content calendar, is do the groceries. Because that has been a big...
Yeah, we should do that.
That has been a big deal down here. That's been a big deal.
Margot says, love your decorations on the shelves.
Margot, thank you so much. But this is Eric putting it up in 5 seconds before the show started.
Yeah, and it's cozy and cute, she said.
Because we didn't have anything on here.
There was nothing on it.
It was bare.
I just threw some stuff on.
We just got the studio back up here.
Yeah, Frank, burglary, okay? Just kidding.
Can I just say it to Clara in case she's got to duck out?
Yeah.
Clara, I didn't want to text you really super late tonight, but is it okay? I know the theme of the party, and I'm, like, jacked for it, okay? I love me a good
Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus. Are you okay if we're not dressed in Hocus Pocus? The whole family is the theme. All of us are every Boss Baby character. So I just want to make sure that's okay. I don't want to come in and then, like, all of a sudden be like...
we also don't want to come and, like, steal the thunder of the whole party.
I mean, like, we're probably going to win a costume contest.
If there is one.
If there is one.
And, I mean, don't worry about the prize.
But
whatever will work.
I just don't want to be, like... Probably the only ones there just not in Hocus Pocus.
Any Halloween costume is fine, she
Okay.
says.
Do you think there'll be other people there and not Hocus Pocus? Because that would be really awkward, probably. So.
Liana, by the way, says, oh my goodness, life has been busy, and now I've finally made it to alive and in the same time zone and the same state. We made it, moved to Florida 3 weeks ago.
Kazoo for you.
Congratulations,
Congrats.
Liana. So happy to have you here in Florida. And so happy that you caught alive. Where else are we at here? SM says, hello from New York. Do you still get the fall feeling living in Florida?
Yes.
Not as much.
I do. But, I mean, if you just go on, like I heard Eric say, like, the decorating, the decor, you will get a little bit of leaves, change a little bit. But, yeah, like, scenery... Like, first of all, it's hot. It's really hot right now. So no, you're not going to get, like, that feeling. The winter, I feel like, the winter is more like Wisconsin fall, right? Would you say hoodie?
It's not like fall.
In the mornings,
it's like early fall.
Yeah, early fall.
Yeah.
But, like, everybody just
before
goes
the
so
leaves
out.
Change, right?
Like,
before the leaves change.
Like the decorating, the music, the feel. You get the warm and fuzzy feels here during holiday season. Absolutely.
Lindsay says, y'all mentioned the traffic, but what you failed to mention is how crazy the drivers are here. I swear they never took a driving test. Yeah. Some of them, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Penzi says, I have a question for a medical person. I am on oxygen and use e-tanks. How can I make the trip to Central Florida by car? Coming from Maryland, my settings are too high for the plug in the electric machine. Oh. Ouch. Even if you do like a power inverter in the car, we used to have to do that.
when we have kids or myself who need their breathing machine, we had that and it worked perfect. But
Margot says, can't wait for lunch with Lindsay. We'll be moving to Lake County. That's
Woo!
by us. So that'll be very useful information. Yeah, we do all sorts of stuff in the Clermont area.
All sorts of, and like I said, I've been getting out and about, and I've been getting in and out of places and really getting grounded here. So now I feel like I have more info to share. Now, on some of my interactions that I've had in public places or like doctors or dentists or whatever locally, I'm probably gonna have people private message me names if they're interested in knowing more. That being said, like say you're moving here and you know you're trying to find a dentist or something like that, I will probably have more recommendations of that just like through a private conversation for sure. But I will definitely, I'm excited to have, to be able to talk more in my lunch with things. I know.
Pamela said cheapest shelling tour I could find was $125 for 3 hours. And then Frank said they got a deal for $99 for 4 hours, and have to say it's worth every dime to make a memory and finding awesome gray shells. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll take it for $98.
Does Frank though? Is where Frank, where you're located? Do you have the water problem right now, or is that like over? The water problem. They were telling all over the news last week for people to stay out of the water.
Oh, really?
Because the water levels are dangerous. Maybe it's gone. I have no idea. I just saw that yesterday, or I saw that last week. Remember, because we wanted to go to the beach. Remember I told you that?
Oh yeah, I do remember that now. Jennifer says moved to Florida the day before Hurricane Ian, loving it and love you guys too. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Pamela says I need to check with the company y'all are going with. Frank, have fun.
I wanted to say something too, just because I think it's good for people to know. So me and Eric talk all the time about our aha moments that we have. Like we have our like, I can't believe we're here. I still can't believe we're here. Brody actually had that the other day with me, which I thought was really sweet.
Really?
Remember I told you that?
I don't.
On the couch. He said that he just is really happy.
Oh, yeah, you did tell me that.
Which I thought, that's really cool. He's a teenager. You don't really talk too much other than, like, football and stuff like that I know nothing about.
That's all me and Brody really talk about.
But I was making dinner, and he was talking to me, and he said, Mom, I'm just really happy. And I was like, I love that. I'm like, that's really cool. So I sat down next to him, and he said, I really like my school, and I just really like my friends. And he's like, I really like my program, and I'm just really happy here. So, just the perspective of
it's all perspective.
It's all perspective. And from a teenager, and he's a kid, he moved how many times across the country back and,
we moved to Florida, back from Florida, and then back here. So that's 3 times he moved across country.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Adrianetta says, hey, Eric and Lindsay, what's your thoughts on Bartow, Florida? I'm not too familiar with that, Adrianetta. What I would suggest doing is going to our Facebook group. You can find that in the description of this video. There's a link. It's called Let's Move to Florida, a group by Florida 5. Ask a question in there. Chances are there's somebody in the group that either lives there or is thinking about moving there, has done research on it. So it's a great spot for information. Something that we're going to start being a lot more active on, too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. You're going to get ready for...
Get ready for Lindsay.
Get ready for the post. Claire says, hearing your kids say that they're happy in Florida is so comforting as a parent that it made it... Oh, my gosh. Because coming back here the first time... You go into it like not knowing anything, right? So it's like, okay, I hope I'm making the right decision. I hope I am. But now doing it a second time with under a year, it's like you really have the pressure as a parent. It's like, oh gosh, we just did this, and then we came back and now we're doing it again. We really need to get this right. So I felt the pressure way more the second time than I did the first time, believe it or not. And just hearing that, even Miles, like flourishing. Miles has always been just very smart. He takes a lot. Our kids are all, but Miles is just flourishing. He's in the accelerated honors program too, and he just, these kids, they amaze me where they can just get put in these situations, new schools, new friends, new community, and all of them. I even talked to the little ones. I think it was Monday when we were sitting for the bus. I'm like, how are you guys? And they're like, we just love it. We love our school. We love our teachers, and
for us as parents, that's awesome.
It just does my heart so good. And like them all playing Like tonight, I mean, they get home, they put their books bag down, they have their snack, and all the neighborhood kids, they just all grab their bikes and they play, and it just does my heart so good.
Edwin says, I want to buy a house in Florida, but there are channels of stagnant water. How is that for the environment? Does it cause bad odor, etc.? Now, the only place that channels are more of like around, what am I trying to say? Around like the ocean, right? Around the Gulf side, not necessarily the ocean, around saltwater. Like there's channels, there's saltwater channels, there's freshwater channels. Cape Coral is what really comes to mind to me, and Cape Coral has saltwater channels with ocean access, saltwater channels without ocean access. It has freshwater channels. I've never heard anything or anybody saying anything about bad odors or that they think it's bad for the environment. I have seen people talk about all the wildlife that's in their backyard and how awesome that is. I mean, I guess that would be more of a question to ask in groups. Around places that have channels, like go on Facebook, go to a Cape Coral group, go to, I'm trying to think what other cities have a lot of channels. I mean, there's lots of them. Any place that's around salt water is going to have channels. So just ask them there. But I have not noticed that. We've stayed in houses that have a channel in the back, and we've had no issue.
No. The water is hard here. Like, Florida has hard water. Is that what he's talking about? No, he's talking about the other stuff.
Mario says fall in Florida can be hit or miss. Jacksonville's a bit more seasonal since it's near Georgia. That's true. Penzi says, thank you. Can I follow up with you? Talking about you giving recommendations and stuff. Definitely.
Oh, yes.
Look down in the description of the video. There's a link for us for Instagram. There's a link for Facebook. There's our email address. You can reach out by any of those, and we'd be happy to help you out.
Yeah, and if you're a talker like I am and prefer the phone, I can definitely have a phone chat with you.
Frank says, Eric, when do you think, in your opinion, would be a good time to start looking for a house? Frank, I would say watch the market, okay?
That's what we're doing.
Now, what I find more important is prices falling, not necessarily interest rates falling, because what I'm waiting for is prices to drop a little bit. Even if it's a high interest rate, I can't afford as much house then, but you get the house at a better price.
And then you refinance.
And then wait for the interest rates to go down, you refinance, and at least then your payments go down. So that's what I'm waiting for, Frank. I definitely see something like that happening sometime between 6 and 12 months from now is what I would guess. Pamela said, I watched a couple of shellers and the water quality is getting better. That's good. Mario says, how did Hurricane Ian affect you guys in Clermont? Not too much here in Clermont, but
Kissimmee.
Places like Kissimmee and some spots of
Orlando.
Orlando, yeah, definitely got a lot of flooding.
Yeah, that was really sad to see Kissimmee like that.
Mario said, Brody's awesome. He seems so kind. He really is.
He really is.
Oh, man, we're way behind. Clara, hearing your kids say, oh, she already said that. Frank said, Lindsay, the beaches are open, but they say not to swim. There's a lot of stuff in the water, debris, wastewater. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Other unmentionables. Yeah, right. We don't even need to get into that.
Yeah.
GNS said, what are the best hospitals around there and all-around doctors' offices for families? Oh, man, it's...
Clermont, we have a really good hospital.
The South Lake Hospital is really good. Orlando Health, South Lake.
Orlando Health,
Yeah.
yep, is really good.
Doctors' offices, I mean, for family, we tried one out in Clermont.
Peds.
We tried... Should we badmouth a place?
No, I will talk
if you
about
want
it.
to know,
Yeah, you
reach out to us privately.
Yep.
There is a doctor's office here in Clermont that we tried to go to because our children, we traveled to Celebration to bring the kids to the doctor, and that's like 35, 40 minutes from our house.
Can we kick that person out?
Who?
I don't know if anyone's done that yet.
Oh.
Getting,
somebody kick him out.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's getting very inappropriate.
Somebody had to do it. You just do that, Lindsay, and then you can...
Remove.
No, somebody already did it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry, it was too distracting for me. I couldn't even, I hate when people do that.
Yeah, we won't... We travel to Celebration to bring our kids to the pediatric office. We
And
tried a
I'm going
place
to do
in
that.
Clermont because it's obviously in Clermont. It would be a lot more convenient, but one time there and no go.
Clermont or Celebrations is where our kids have been going since we moved here. So they've been there for over 3 years. It was a very hard decision for me to try somewhere else because Eric and I care very much, obviously, where the kids go, and we love it there. We love every single doctor there, the nurses, everywhere. And but with his schedule, with our life, having to quickly pick up a kid and then bring him somewhere and then get him back to school, it just wasn't working. It's a pretty far trek from where we live to get them there, but I gave this other place a try. Like Eric said, we're not going back there. So definitely learn the drive is definitely worth it for our family.
Yeah, for us it's worth it. I'm laughing because Pamela said, "Wake up, Eric. Try to decide what you're doing for the 100 challenge." We're only at 30, so let's not get ahead of ourselves here. But I'm laughing because you say wake up, and I know I'm yawning.
So
I'm tired. I
So
work
tired.
a lot. Like,
you guys, we have been staying up until after midnight talking about YouTube, talking about content, talking about what we want to do on the computer, doing things, and then his alarm goes off at like 4:45.
But I mean, you say we're staying up till midnight, but we don't even sit down till 11 o'clock at night. So
Yeah.
we've
got to get up.
tiring.
Yeah. And then he doesn't even get home till 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
so
I leave the house at about 5:15, and lots of times I get home after 7. So they're very long days. Karen says, "I'm really starting to feel like Florida is more expensive than Massachusetts. The houses are about the same, but I worry about the rising cost of homeowners insurance and getting large annual increases." I believe that's something that's happening everywhere, Karen. But I will say, I do think Florida's expensive. I think it's definitely not cheap. It's more expensive than where we came from in Wisconsin.
I'll tell you right now, what a big difference from the first time the cost of living.
Huge difference.
When we moved here the first time to now. Absolutely.
Enormous difference.
Enormous difference.
I'm just talking not even houses. I mean, to compare it, guys, we lived in Davenport when we first moved here 3 years ago. We had a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house, same size as this one.
Are you sure? I feel like Providence was bigger.
It was the same size, same square foot. Actually, you're right. I think it was
Providence
2,400. I think it was like 200 square feet bigger. We paid $1,600 a month for that house. Here now we pay $2,400 a month. $800 more for a little bit smaller house. Groceries are almost double what they used to be. Car insurance has went up. Our utilities have went up. Everything has gone up, guys. It's been crazy.
Yep.
Liana says, "Thanks, everyone. Hard to believe it. A huge move from Canada. Only brought our minivan and loving the quality of life. Couldn't have been able to do it without the support of Florida 5. Thank you so much."
We love hearing that.
Where are we at here? Stu's talking to Liana. "What's up, Jim? How you doing?"
Hi, Jim.
Shelby says, "Hey guys, do you know anything about Poinciana area? By the way, we will be down in about 2 weeks to check out the areas."
Woohoo.
Shelby, I can tell you that unless you're, I'm not bad mouthing Poinciana, but I'm going to say unless you're like working in Poinciana, Davenport, parts of Kissimmee, like if you're going to try to drive from Poinciana to Orlando for work, it's going to be a long drive full of traffic. The advantage to that is that Poinciana has a little bit cheaper housing. But along with that, the schools are not nearly as highly rated as, I guess, as you move a little bit further north from Poinciana. Like Davenport's a little bit better schools. Clermont's better than that. I mean, it depends on where you are. Poinciana, if you have no kids and are working from home, it's great.
I was just going to see if you could ask Frank if he can hear the kids playing.
Can anybody hear the kids in the background? I guess that's what we're wondering. Yeah, Mario, you're right. Florida varies a lot. And Pamela said, "I figured the grin was because you read my message." Yes, it was, Pamela. Mario says the cost of living in Jacksonville is below the national average. Margot, yes, you can wait to trick or treat and not worry about getting cold. Exactly. Kids can wear any costumes. We bundle up here in Maryland, and it's not fun because you can't wear princess dresses. Yeah, that's the thing. Is our kids used to like wear jackets underneath their Halloween costumes because it was so cold. But I mean, lots of Halloween costumes too are like things that you'll get hot in if it's too hot out. So it's about finding the right mix, right? And it's also about not having chocolate that you're giving out for Halloween here because lots of times it's just going to melt. North Florida is about on par with North Carolina when it comes to housing prices. Okay. Frank says finding affordable health insurance in Florida is difficult. Yeah, I mean, most people are able to get it through their employer, but I can tell you the health insurance offered by my employer is extremely expensive. For my family, I mean, it doesn't matter how many people are in your family for the plan that I would purchase through my employer, but it's about $250 a paycheck for family coverage, and it's not very good coverage. What is this? Jesus says, did you guys consider charter schools? Not here in Clermont, we didn't, Jesus. We felt that the schools that we visited were exceptional, I guess, for public schools here in Clermont. So we didn't consider charter schools here in Clermont. When our kids were in Davenport, they were in charter schools. Moreno's vlog says, hi, question, how are the CDL jobs over there? Do you know? I can tell you, CDL, I mean, depends what you do with your CDL. Now, if you're doing, like, driving a bus, I'm not sure if you need a CDL for that. There's lots of buses, there's lots of dump trucks, things like that, construction equipment and stuff like that. But as far as, like, exports from Florida, there's not a lot. There's lots of products coming into Florida, but not a lot going out. I know people that do trucking, and they say it's so easy to get loads to come to Florida, but it's hard for them to accept those loads because they have trouble finding loads to go out of Florida. Also, in the winter, how cold does it get? Depends where you're at. Here in Central Florida, I mean, we'll have a couple days that have lows down in the 30s in the morning. It doesn't last, but typically we have lows in the 50s, I'd say, during winter time. Now, if you go in North Florida, you're going to have plenty of days where you have lows in the 30s. If you're going to go in South Florida, your lows might only get a day or two that are down in the 50s. Florida's a long state. I mean, it takes 7 hours to drive from more than that. If you talk about the Keys, it takes like 9 hours to drive from the very southern point of Florida to the very northern point of Florida. So it's a long state, and it varies a lot as far as the weather. Shelby, how is the weather the week before Thanksgiving? Fantastic. Probably the best weather of the year right there. We have a lot of people getting in timeouts here tonight.
Yeah, what's going on?
I don't know. Karen says we've considered South Carolina, but I've always dreamed of Florida. Florida's definitely more tropical, right? It makes you feel more like you're in a tropics than say South Carolina would.
And that's the thing too, is like I did go through a brief. I haven't had this yet the second time around. I went through a brief of like seeing the fall pictures in Wisconsin, seeing everybody like line their kids up at the, the local parks and stuff, and seeing all the trees and all the different colors. And I kind of for a second was like, oh, like I kind of miss those colors. But then I remember too, like me personally, I really struggle with the gray skies. Like I just can't do it.
Yeah, it's hard. It's like gray, depressing.
I can't, for me. Now, lots of people love, that's like their jam. They love the fall. And I love fall. It's one of my favorite times. And I love the trees changing. I love pictures of all that, but I like to see pictures because being there.
And that's the thing though, like from November through say March, even April in Florida, like it's almost no clouds in the sky, not a lot of rain at all. Like it might rain once a month or something. But man, the weather's beautiful.
It is beautiful. I have too much anxiety and like seasonal stuff. Like I just can't do the gray. I don't know, I'm just getting old. I can't do the gray skies and the cold.
It's hard.
It's too hard for
Brandon,
me.
what's up, my man? He said we got lucky. Our employer pays 75% for our health insurance. We only pay around $120 a month for Blue Cross Blue Shield. That's for a single person though, right?
That's great.
But that is great that they pay that much for sure.
Wow.
That's
fabulous.
I think
that's like a northern.
My employer says they pay 50%. But like I said, for family coverage, it's still like $250 a week. So we're talking about $1,000 a month.
That's a great insurance plan, though.
Peaches says, is Clermont cheaper than Orlando? No. Clermont's more expensive than Orlando, depending on where you're at, I guess. In general, Clermont's more expensive than Orlando, though.
I'll tell you, though, everything we needed the first time around, we love Davenport. We absolutely love Davenport. I actually drove over there the other day when I took the kids to the pumpkin patch, and I kind of got a little nostalgic.
Did ya?
My Target was there, my Starbucks.
We don't go down that way very often.
No, and I saw my bells, and I'm like, ooh, I'm starting to get a little feelings inside here. No, but we love Davenport. But everything, if you all have been with us as long as you have, everything that I think you'd all agree with us when we would talk is we were missing that hometown feel. We were missing the parades. We were missing all that kind of stuff. And I'll tell you, Clermont's got every bit of that. We literally, every weekend, we look up the downtown area And they've just got all the community stuff. I mean, every time. What are you doing?
Nothing. You're fine.
Every time we turn around, there's something going on in the community, and the feel is just amazing. And you get Clermont's big, but there's no lack of the community feel. And doing just activities and getting the kids together, doing a trick or treat downtown, and it's great. Where are you?
Where was I?
Are there areas around Orlando to avoid moving to? Yeah.
Yeah, Thomas. There's definitely areas around Orlando to avoid moving to. Pine Hills is probably like the most.
Where was that area you worked?
Ghetto, I'd say, place to stay away from. Pine Hills.
That was where you worked?
No, down in downtown Orlando.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, that was like downtown. There's a lot of like homelessness and drugs and things like that near downtown. I mean, it was right by a, what do you call it? A clinic, a methadone clinic. So there was a lot of sketchy activity going on down there. Just scope it out, Thomas. And I know I'm reading ahead here too. I see that coming down November 27th, explore where to live. And I know you contacted me, and I believe you had like a mother-in-law or something that had health issues. My elephant brain is trying to remember. Hopefully you found some places that can accommodate. I think she's looking for a transplant of some sort.
Now, are they going to Orlando?
This area, yeah.
Oh,
you got great stuff here, Thomas.
For the health.
Yeah, just you're coming down for 2 weeks. So definitely do some exploring, do some checking out of the hospitals, even talk to people on Facebook groups. That's the biggest advice I can give. Is join Facebook groups for the area that you're looking to move to. Join our Moving to Florida Facebook group. Ask questions in there. It's great communities that you can be a part of, and people give their honest opinions in these groups.
And Thomas, I'm sure you know, because you've been around, but I mean, I'm in Clermont, and I drive to Orlando, and I will continue to drive to Orlando for my doctors. So your mom will be in a good place for medical.
Lauren says November through June 1st is cold and gray in Syracuse, New York. We are ready for the change. Yeah, we can relate to that. Brandon met Governor DeSantis today in Marathon.
Oh, I did see those messages. I was going to open them.
We haven't opened it yet. If you messaged
the
us,
bug guy was there, and I saw it, and then I was going to go click on it, and then he was here. So.
Mario said, I remember how homesick y'all felt in Davenport. Right away, yeah, for a little bit.
Yep. We love it. Like I said, I love Davenport. I even took a spin past the pool house. I didn't even tell you that. I took Bo and Sully past the pool house on our way home. But I don't know. I think things might have been a little bit different if we would have found ourselves here in Clermont the first time. I'm not sure. Nothing against, Davenport. I love Davenport, like I said. I tell Eric all the time we need to get over there more. Because I do. I miss a lot of the parks. And the areas, and Brody misses his Dollar Tree and all that. But yeah, we did have a little bit of that. We were looking for what we found here in Clermont.
Jim says, can you talk a little bit about property tax, please? What do you want to know, Jim? I mean, it can vary a lot depending on where you live, for sure. Kyle, James there. Oh, James asked. Oh, okay. I think James is okay. All right, James. Pamela says, unless you're 100% VA disability next year, I will be tax exempt. Woohoo!
Woohoo!
That's great not to have to pay taxes, right? I think if we have another kid, we can be tax exempt. Don't get any ideas.
Is it worth
Don't get any ideas. Don't get any ideas. Jim says Nebraska property taxes are so high. It can be definitely high here too. All right.
Yeah. Well, we have some sassy people in here tonight that are getting a little out of control.
And we actually have to go get Brody.
We do.
From the last football game of the year pretty quick here, so we're going to sign off pretty quick. Mario says, I guess Clermont reminded you guys of Wisconsin more?
Absolutely.
Does it?
A little bit.
Oh, like the schools for sure do.
The schools, hands down. The school, I was going to say nursery school. The elementary school reminds me so much of the school I went to when I went to elementary, but also where the kids were. So much of their old school. And then, I mean, there's a lot of, obviously, difference, but I I love the community feel.
Kyle says the hills remind him of Wisconsin.
Yeah. I just love the community feel. I love there's so much always going on in the church. There's so much going downtown, and what just blows my mind too, because we have not had this happen yet, but in our town, we could go to the grocery store in Wisconsin and run into people. Like, we just, hey, how you doing? You know, we have not had that here, but now we are. Like, we can go downtown and we actually run into people.
Well, it's because we're starting to actually talk to
people. That's
so
true.
When you don't talk to someone, you don't know anybody,
But I feel like it would have been harder to do that in Davenport.
I even got my guy at the coffee shop now. You know, he knows me. He knows my order.
They know our kids. Like,
yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's so cool. So things are all coming together, guys.
What's up, Raphael? Lauren says, as renters, do you recommend flood insurance or just renter's insurance? Just renter's insurance. Your renter's insurance should cover anything that gets damaged by a flood. Now, that might be different. I don't know, because we don't live in a flood zone. If you live in a flood zone, whatever, they classify them differently. I don't live in an area that has that, so I haven't brushed up on that. If you live in a flood zone, maybe they would say, hey, because you're in a flood zone, your renter's insurance doesn't cover it. You have to carry flood insurance as well. That's definitely something to ask the insurance company as you're buying the coverage.
Okay.
Kyle, I sent you a trade in fantasy football, so you definitely want to check that out, because I think it's something you might be interested in.
There's some sassy people in here.
Yeah, Clara says, may it have to do with being a Friday night instead of a weeknight.
Okay. We're coming right now.
Thomas says, thank you both for all the help with everything and reassurances. Dinner on me when we finally move to Florida next year. You got it, man. Okay, well, I gotta go get Brody.
Yes, we have to go get Brody.
And we got Bo throwing a fit, not trying to go to bed right now, so we gotta take care of that.
Everybody's playing right by the door.
Yes, we have definitely acclimated to Clermont, so we love it here. Guys, we're gonna be on a more consistent schedule now. There's no more football.
Now we just have basketball.
Our lives will be on a more consistent schedule.
Yes.
We're also going to be going on more consistency with our edited videos. I know we say this every time.
But did they we need to do that. I know it's too late now, but I wanted to know if they liked the new style, how you talked through it.
I didn't do that yet.
I thought you did with the last one, Dunedin.
That was just, I always do that in City Snapshots.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing like a vlog that we did of the Kennedy Space Center where I'm doing a voiceover. I plan on having that out this week, but again, I get home from work at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. So it's been a little hard. Definitely going to be trying to do that though. Yes, we're going to have a very spooky weekend, Margot. We're going to go hang out with Clara. Have a Halloween party.
Yes.
And guys, we will be on next Thursday night, so we look forward to seeing you then. Until next time, guys, we thank you so much for watching.
And we'll see you next time.